Hey everyone, it's your boy Setema Gali. If you are an entrepreneur and you want to get to the next level, this is the major shift that has got to take place in order for you to get there. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
So you're an entrepreneur, right? You're running a business. You may have a few contractors, a few employees, maybe a team, and you find yourself stuck. You ever been there before? Right? You go make 100,000, then you make $250,000, then you make $500,000, you get to that 7-figure, and all of a sudden you just can't figure it out. Well, I'm going to say right now, it's not more content that you need, and it's not more information that you need, and it's not some business strategy that's going to help you, because the reality is this: the strategies are there, the information is there, but what's missing is this key ingredient, in which it's what we call the identity shift. What does that mean? Listen, how you see yourself is one of the most important things. Let me say this again. How you view yourself, or your self-view, is one of the most powerful driving forces for a business owner. Why is that? Well, on the football field, story time. When I was at BYU and in high school, I saw myself as the guy. I was the man. I had self-talk that built a self-definition that created a self-concept of who I was. Setema's the man. I'm the fastest, quickest, most powerful defensive end on the planet. I'm the man. I can't be stopped. I won't be stopped. Nobody can block me. That's who I was. And I created my identity, so when I stepped on the football field, the lights out. And then I stepped off of the football field and I stepped into a business room. Something happened. I found myself afraid, timid, weak. Why? Because how I saw myself in the business world, AKA my identity, my self-definition, my self-concept, was low. And once I shifted that self-concept, again, these are words I use synonymously: self-concept, self-definition, self-esteem. In other words, how I saw myself, everything changed. Now, what does this mean for you? It means the most important shift that you have to make is how you see yourself. That's it. That's the shift. This is what we call identity creation, or conscious self-creation. See, you could be a business owner with a certain level of, let's call it, self-definition. And as long as you're at this level of self-definition, you stay stuck there. Your money stays capped. Your growth of your business stays capped. Nothing changes until what? Until you change how you view yourself. I've seen this happen again and again in my life. Myself, my clients, our people, our communities, athletes, leaders. The moment they shift how they see themselves is when the growth takes off. Why is that? Because your business growth will mirror your personal growth. Let's say that again. Your business growth, your business results, your business outcomes always reflect and have a direct ratio and a direct tie to the personal growth, or in other words, how you see yourself. So how do you shift the identity? Well, number one is what I call clarity. Clarity is just the art of being clear. Clear about what? Clear about who you are. Clear about the facts of what you say about yourself. How do you talk about yourself? Answer me that right now. Most people's talk is negative. Most people walk around saying things like, I'm not good enough. I don't belong. I'll never get there. I'm a fake. I'm a fraud. I can never be that good. What's your self-talk? And just be real about it. So this first C is what I call clarity, like being super, super clear about how you talk about yourself, how you view yourself. That's the first one. Now, second one is clarity about, well, who do I want to be? And who you want to be is often determined by what you want to create, or what you want to build, or where you want to go. So where do you want to go? What do you want to build? There was a time in my life when I came home from the NFL where I was stuck, I was broke, had no direction. I'm like, okay, this is not good. Football is done, school is done, and I need to start making money, and I need to start to live my life. So I got really clear. Buddy was doing mortgages. I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do mortgages. I wanna go make 100,000 this year. This was 21 years ago, 2004. I got clear, want to make 100,000. Okay, cool, that's the target. And all of a sudden, who I needed to become to do that became evident. So clarity about where you are, clarity about what you want and who you need to become. Now, as you start to shift this, the next C, right? Clarity is the first one. Clarity is the first one. Clarity is the first one. I'm repetitive, so I can get you to get these things stuck in your head, okay? Clarity is the first. Second is you're going to have to confront. Confront means to like face. Most people avoid and most people hide. What if you just confronted the stories that are not working for you? There was a time in my life where the stories that were not working for me were Polynesians don't make money. I should just be really humble and really grateful that I just have a heartbeat and I shouldn't want more and I should try to fit in. Like these were some of the stories that I had to confront. I also needed to confront my stories about money. And I had some real funny, funky stories about money. So again, for you, my question is, what are the things that you need to confront? You get clear about who you are, you get clear about where you want to go, and then you get to this place of confronting, well, what's not working? And who do I not want to be so that I can go be who I want to be? As you get clear, and then as you confront, something's going to take place. And this is where we go into the next C, which is called conscious self-creation, or CSC. As I get clear about where I am, as you get clear about where you are and where you want to go, and as you start to confront things and tell the truth and be real about what's not working and about what you don't like, you can begin to create something new. That creation is what we call conscious self-creation. It's the way you talk about yourself. And then it goes like this. The story that you tell the most about yourself is the story that you believe the most about yourself. In other words, your self-talk is who you're going to become. So if you have negative self-talk every day, I'm not a good mother, I'm not a good spouse, I'm a horrible business owner, I'm not a very good athlete, like negative, that's who you become, because what you focus on is what you feel. And what you focus on is what you become. And what you focus on is what grows. So, conscious self-creation, and here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Start creating new self-talk. The most simple way to do this is self-talk. And I have like 3 rules. Number 1, it's first person. Number 2, it's present tense as if it's happening. And number 3, it's set in a positive frame. What does this mean? Well, first person, I, or Setema, not my I, but like I. I am, present tense. I am fit. I am powerful. I am, again, present tense. I earn $10 million. I travel to Greece. Again, whatever those things are that you really want. And then in the positive frame, you want to try to avoid like, I don't drink soda or I don't eat junk food, because your mind doesn't hear the negative contraction. All it hears is I eat junk food. So again, let's just keep it simple. The story that you tell the most is the story that you believe the most. Start telling a different story. As you start to tell a different story and repeat that story, that's what your mind focuses on. That's where you are energetically. And all of a sudden, if you do this every single day, if you confront these things in your world that you don't like, you start to tell the truth. I love that Jesus said the truth will set you free. Well, there's some truth. There's like major truth on there, but that's reality. And it might even hurt before it liberates you. Clarity, confront, conscious self-creation. Now, as you get clear and as you confront, and then as you begin to create yourself through your self-talk, and you start to see yourself and you start to say these words and you start to repeat these words, and that becomes where you come from. That becomes the lens by which you see the world through, the positive self-talk, or what we call powerful positive self-talk. Something's going to happen. You're going to start to elevate into a whole nother realm of possibility, into a stratosphere. As you begin to elevate, you're going to see different things in business, with money, with relationships. You'll see things differently with your children and your businesses, your life, fitness, and your health. You just see differently when you get really clear and you confront, and you start to create this new reality through your language. And as you see things clearly, new realms of possibility open up. Why does this matter? Because so long as you continue to see yourself in a negative light, so long as you see yourself with the old self-talk, or what we call old self-gravity, no amount of strategies, no amount of principles, no tools, nothing changes until you change how you see yourself, which then affects how you see the world, and then your business growth will begin to mirror your personal growth. Last thing I want to share with you is this. So I have an 18-year-old, 16-year-old, 13-year-old right now. And I tell my boys, like, learners are earners and earners are learners, which means if you want to earn more as a man, because they're going to be husbands and fathers, you're going to have to learn new things. You're going to have to implement and install a sequence and a series of new information and skill sets and mindsets so that you can actually behave differently and that you can actually see things. People who download and see differently themselves and the world, they have doors open up to them that other people just can't see. So it's not about tactics and strategies as it is so much more about personal development, personal growth, and how you see yourself, or what we call the identity shift. You want to get to 10 million, you have to be a 10 millionaire in here and in here. You want to be a greater father or husband or man, it takes place in here and in here, manifesting through your language about how you talk about yourself. You want to be a greater disciple of Christ or more spiritual, it starts with you and the growth and the install of new downloads, revelations, and inspirations and insights. So, what do we learn from this? Simple. Change your story, you change your life. And if you want to go to the next level as an entrepreneur, then your job, simple. Change how you see yourself, change who you are, and your entire world will change. If this has been helpful for you, my friends, here's what I invite you to do. There is a link inside of the description. I do a free class every single week. I invite you to join me for that class where we can have some real conversations, intense and fierce. Like if you're looking for just more information, this might not be for you, but if you're looking for transformation and conversation and inspiration, click on the link, join us, and I'll see you on that live class. My friends, change your story, believe that story, and then you'll change your life, and that's how you get to the next level. I'm out.